Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! It's a Christmas miracle, a $50 donation. It's a Christmas miracle. But we actually got several donations here. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be talking about the drone situation. People saying, "Oh, it's aliens, Iran." I mean, I think it has to be from the U.S. They probably maybe it's a rogue drone swarm. I don't know, but it has to be from the U.S. There's no way they would let Iranian drones into U.S. airspace. But we do have some questions. Johnny, bro, you got to be rich or something. You donate a lot, man. I appreciate it. Quick question. What do you think of Trump picking Carrie Lake as director of Voice of America? Personally, I think it sounds like some low-level position, consolation prize, and Carrie deserves a more important role. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Your analysis is spot on. There's a lot of Republicans that are kind of pissed off at Carrie Lake because she lost again. Although there were some people sympathizing with her because she didn't get any funds from McConnell, which is understandable. I mean, but listen, if Trump wins a state by 5 points and you lose, it's not good. It's not good at all. Make sure this is on. Okay. Uh, do you agree, or am I just underestimating the importance of Kerry's new appointed position? Yeah, I don't. It's just like a propaganda news nation type thing, I think, dude. I would say you're pretty much right. Show of hands, who thinks it's aliens? It's not aliens. Aliens would never contact. If think about it, if aliens are in our airspace, the technology they would have to even achieve something like that, because they're coming from farther away than we can even see or we know of. So their technology would be so much better. They wouldn't fly these little dinky drones in. This is all human technology. They would have stuff that like teleports, I would imagine. Thomas, I appreciate it. North Pole, a somber mood reportedly spread quickly among the workforce in Santa's workshop this week, as 75% of the elves on staff were laid off after Elon Musk visited the North Pole. That's a nice holiday tale. That's a nice holiday tale. I like that. DG, how are you doing, bro? Cody, I'm doing fine. I got like these random chills. I don't know. I was like freezing like 5 minutes ago. I was like drinking water. Just I had like a sip of water and started like my body temperature dropped by like 7 degrees. I mean, it was like I'm trying to like get warm. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. But listen, these drones, they gotta be American. There's no way they would let drones from a foreign nation into our airspace, let alone in New Jersey, across the Atlantic. Don't we need to let Carrie Light go? Well, they are letting her go. I mean, she's just like a host now. That's she's not running for anything, and she wasn't even appointed into like the ambassador of Mexico or whatever the hell was rumored, which I thought that would have been fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't hate Carrie Lake, but yeah, she's already lost twice, so she's not gonna have another chance here. It looks like. I'm in the Australian military. We had an emergency meeting yesterday regarding the drones. Intel says they are Chinese and Russian. In Chinese and Russian drones in New Jersey? How does that happen? How do they not get shot down? How does a swarm of Chinese drones penetrate our airspace like that? What, because they don't want to escalate it? ICBM incoming. Well, didn't Putin launch a different version of ICBM? It wasn't exactly the intercontinental ballistic missiles, but it was something close to it. It might have been something even more of an upgrade than it. Yeah. Well, no, he's not saying it was an ICBM. He's saying it's being escalated to that. It can't be Iran. They don't have that kind of tech. It was in a corkscrew motion. And if they can't identify it, how do they know it's not a threat? Yeah, it has to be some type of US drone swarm that went awry. I mean, what else would it be? This thing looks like a things looks like a miniature robot. A TIE fighter. I mean, yeah, like if you if it was from way far away, it does look like a TIE fighter, but it'd have to be from really far away because otherwise it's way too small to be a TIE fighter. Yeah, then it I mean, but how does this stuff not get? I mean, it just flies around and nobody says, and they don't even tell us. It's a nice sunset or whatever that. Very nice sunset. Is it China? I mean, I don't think so, man. Remember the Chinese balloons? Yeah, but that's different. That was extremely. Look at you know how high up that was in terms of the altitude of a Chinese spy balloon versus whatever these things are. I mean, it's totally different. These drones are defense systems used to shoot down missiles. What are they doing, a test or something? You should do a tier list of all the second term Trump possibilities from rumor to definitely happening, i.e., border wall to buying Greenland to lesser known stuff that might happen. Yeah, that would be interesting. But I wonder what I would like a tier list. It's kind of hard to do a tier list because a tier list implies like photographs moving little. You really can't do that with, or I guess you could have like a photo of Greenland, a photo of the border, but then it's really vague. I mean, I don't know if a tier list would be the correct way to do that. Maybe something like a just like a ranking system on what I want to have happen most to least on Trump's agenda, I guess. Maybe something like that. But I mean, the border is also vague. It's like, well, we like I want all the illegals deported, but it's not going to happen. Oh, listen, I want all the illegals deported and the border just shut down completely. Why would the border? Why would we have taken immigrants when we have no clue how many people are in this country? What is that? It just doesn't make any sense. But I mean, it's one of those things to where they've made it with our declining population where we're forced to take in immigrants because we have a declining population. It's like, who's going to do all the jobs? And that's thanks mainly to feminism. Seems like a recon for incoming strikes. Yeah, but dude, there's no way they would allow that. If they actually thought it was a hostile foreign drone swarm, it would have gotten shot down in the Atlantic, right? They're gonna let them survey the area and then strike the coastline. I can't imagine that. Aliens would have much better technology than drones. Yeah, it's just not. The aliens will know when the aliens come because we won't know what actually is happening because they would be so technologically advanced compared to us. We wouldn't understand their technology. It's impossible. They're just that's if they can reach us. I think the world of you, DG, but to say it's American fake news, what could they have to gain? Why would it have lights if it wasn't trying to be spotted? Well, my question is why would they allow a foreign drone swarm to presumably travel across the Atlantic Ocean and survey New Jersey? That just is inconceivable. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Current law does not allow shoot downs over our land. The law must be changed. Well, I mean, I would imagine there's exceptions to that. I mean, there's exceptions to that where you can shoot shit down, of course. There are definitely going to be some crazy things Trump does going into a second term nobody's expecting. Yeah, I mean, we would hope. Well, I mean, hopefully they'd have to. We got to make sure they're good things, but I mean, there's so much shit that happens in politics every single week. There's going to be a lot of stuff. I live in New Jersey and they're all over the state. There's nothing you can do about it. They're swarming the state of New Jersey. Oh my goodness. This is worse than I thought. So they're like bees. They just swarm. Yeah, I mean there's videos in Russia of them doing the test but they got really small drones when they do the swarms. A lot of them are surveillance drones. But then they also do the swarm attacks. I don't think we have any idea how many illegal immigrants are actually in the U.S. Well, it's probably about 15 million, honestly, because they underreport numbers as it is, especially with something like that. Remember, they lied about the jobs, they lied about the real wages. They said that more jobs being created, but it was really just people getting second jobs because the economy was so terrible. They lied about crime. And this is the other thing with crime, and I don't know why anyone doesn't. I mean, liberals are the crime kings. They want there to be more crime. That's why they put the law to where you could steal $900 worth of shit. They're the ones that did that law. Why would they sit there and claim we've got crime down? Aren't they racist then by their own definition if they got crime down? That means there's heavy police presence. I thought they hated the cops. So you see the hypocrisy. They try and take credit for crime being down. Your entire social agenda is about just people stealing stuff because they think America's racist and we've taken everything from indigenous people and everything like that. But then you sit there and say we've got crime lower, but I thought you hated police. So see, it's all hypocritical with them, and they want to talk out of both sides of their mouth. They want to allow people to steal and loot, and they deserve it because America's disgusting and it's controlled. It's all racist. It's all controlled by white people. But then they say crime is down, and it's like, oh, we love the cops now. But so they try and have it both ways. But why would crime be down? Look at the liberal state. Look at the liberal cities. It's the Bermuda Triangle. This is what happens with extremely liberal cities, whether it's Chicago, whether it's New York, whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's San Francisco, whether it's Los Angeles, whether it's Portland. You want to know what happens? It's a Bermuda Triangle. It's crime. It's what was it? This is what it is. They vote the liberals in, then you've got the crime, then you've got the homelessness, then they vote more liberals in, then they crime, then the home, and so it never gets better. It's not going to get better because they vote the same party in, and that's Eric Adams is like the most Republican in terms of crime like person that they could find, but he's still liberal. But it's just like you get the crime, you keep voting liberal. You get the homelessness, keep voting. They won't vote for the other party to actually crack down on the crime because they think it's racist. You cannot crack down on the crime, it's racist. I was in the Marine Infantry and we used drones for recon and planning of strikes. The US can't shoot it down because they are using them under yeah, well you're saying they're using them under disguise and civilian use, but why wouldn't they be able to shoot them down before? So you're saying they are foreign. So these are foreign drones that we can't shoot down because they're in civilian areas. But why would we not shoot them down before they crossed into the civilian zones? I need to be briefed on all this stuff. Dude, I wish I was like, it'd be so easy, and it's not easy, but imagine if you were like, I mean, not the president, but just like you were able to be briefed on all this stuff, so you just immediately have the information on everything that happens. It'd be sweet to just have all the information like immediately. All right, tell me what this is, what's the situation, and you get the accurate, instead of just sitting here guessing on this shit. But listen, maybe they are foreign and they're not allowed to shoot at them because it's civilian airspace. But why not shoot them before then? Is it because they didn't detect them? They had to have detected them. But there's no way you just allow them to get information. We wouldn't know what's going on if it's aliens. We don't know what's going on. No. I meant in the physical sense of the way the technology is operating, meaning the technology would be shape-shifting. It would be doing things that we have no clue to even comprehend. I mean, this thing's just flying around like a dinky little human-made drone. I'm saying this thing would be teleporting and stuff. It would be doing things that we have no clue. Like it's not even comprehensible. You know, I mean, we know this is a man-made drone. I mean, you can tell. That my theory is, again, if the aliens come, it's a complete out-of-body experience. It's not this like, oh, they're gonna they we got little drones and they're gonna contact us. It would be a completely different type of experience with the technology that they would have to travel as far as they would have had to have come. Hi from Canada, soon to be the 51st state. Yeah, Canadians got really angry about that. I saw, well, how about a trade war between United States and Canada? DGP. You know what? That you know what? I like that. I like that name rather than just DG or what was it? DPG. I think DPG is a good abbreviation because DG is like, you know, it's Dylan Gabriel, it's Darius Garland. But what was the question? Why do you want to deport all illegal immigrants? Why not just the criminal ones? Because there's far too many. There's no they have to go. I mean, it's bad enough as it is if you look at the demographic trends. At least we have to get the illegals out, man. And they are illegal. I mean, this is not us deporting illegal immigrants. These are people not here legally. Listen. This is what I would say. If the, uh, I would say if they like are, I mean, I don't know. It would obviously be pretty stupid to deport someone that, even if they are illegal, if they're making the U.S. money or doing something really good, that would be kind of dumb. I won't lie on that. But there can't be these exceptions, you know. But there's going to be exceptions, of course, because that's how it is. You've already got the mayors of these cities on power trips. They think they're unstoppable. They're just and they get their little 2 minutes of fame or 5 minutes of fame, whatever it is. But they gotta go, man. I mean, you look at the United States and but they're not all gonna go. We know this, you know. It's like they'll go for they'll get a decent amount of them out, but it'll be impossible to get all of them. Trump's not gonna have the time to do it. Plus, it's a massive operation, and there's gonna be so much pushback by liberals, and there's gonna be a lot of mainstream propaganda about Trump being a horrible person because of these deportations. And that's going to play into it. I don't think that's going to affect Trump. They're going to try and make it affect his approval rating. I don't know if you guys saw, but I did happen to see that if you look at... Man, I haven't gone to this site in a while, bro. It's been a while. I don't even think I have it zoomed properly on this computer. Oh, no, I do have it zoomed. If you look at Trump's approval rating now, it is positive. For the first time ever. It's pretty crazy. I think it's just under political leaders' favorability. At Trump +2. Man, he's got some good... He's got it. Let's see what he does. Look at that. This goes back to 2016, by the way. I don't know how his approval rating... Oh, this was before he... This was 2015. Man, he had a 26% approval rating. I started supporting Trump... Like, right here is when I started supporting Trump. No, like, right here. This is when I started supporting Trump. In September of 2015. he won, and then that boosted his approval, but he got a little boost when he won, but it didn't even bring it to where it is now, where he's actually finally flipped it. Because I thought he flipped it, because 538 says he flipped it, but this says no. Forever goaded for the election stream. Yeah, the election stream was something. The election stream was a prime moment, that's for sure. UFO Reddit is apparently monitoring a downing of a drone via broadcast police EMS stream. Yeah, all right. You can you give me an update on that, I guess. How do you feel about downsizing? Am I related to? I don't know who that is. I'm not related to that. I don't know what that is, man. What's going on with the drones? Nobody knows, man. People are saying they're foreign. I can't believe they'd be foreign, but I mean, I guess you would think the United States would admit if they were U.S. So maybe they are foreign, and they're just not allowed to shoot them down because it's a civilian area. Who knows? DG DG DPG. Yeah, that's a good abbreviation. I like that, man. What did you say? California could California be in play with the Hispanic trends? It's not gonna happen, man. It's too highly pop. The population is too large. A 20 point swing is so hard in a state like that because of how big the population is. I mean, New York is way more doable, I would say, than Cali. And Cali's got the big cities too. I mean, New York has New York City, but other than that, it's. I mean, we saw during the midterms there's some wiggle room with New York. California, there's no wiggle room right now at all. I mean, 15 to 20 years though, it's like, what's even the point of discussing it? It's an eternity in politics, anyways. Ohio State 41-17 over Tennessee. You think? Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I think Ohio State. It's a typical Ohio State thing. I think they'll probably win, and then they'll lose to Oregon in a close game, and then people will be like, well, at least Day beat an SEC team. We got to retain him, and they'll retain him again. Drone spotted in western New York. Let's see if these are trending right now. Oh, Squid Game. Yeah, so the Squid Game 2 is coming out on the 26th, I think. That's probably why it's trending. Travis Hunter wins best receiver. I don't know about that one. How does Travis Hunter win best receiver? I don't even think he didn't have the most yards, did he? I was gonna look at some of this other shit. Pull the fire alarm. Remember that? Hit the switch. Pull the fire alarm. Jamal Bowman. Poll review: Donald Trump wins Nevada by 3.1. Yeah, this data for progress needs to go. I said this data for progress was biased towards Democrats. I mean, just the name data for progress, you know it's going to be just a liberal cesspool pollster that just overestimates. I think it was the one of the most wrong pollsters out of anyone. As long as there is mail-in voting and no voter ID, Dems will always win. Well, they would never allow that in that state anyways, so it would have to be like a federal thing that gets passed. But that's like a state laws versus federal laws in terms of how voting is done. I mean, I think we all agree that every state should operate the same in terms of winner-take-all electoral votes. That's the argument with Maine and Nebraska. And then the policies in terms of counting votes, national voter ID, that would, then take away the ability for California to restrict it. Because right now, like half of them, all the Republicans states, you have to have an ID. All of the Democrat states, you don't. And then the swing states is like 50-50, of course. False flag to lead up to a draft for no reason. Probably American drones. Yeah, I mean, it's very odd. I mean, how do they penetrate our sky like that? I mean, if they're in our airspace and maybe they're just like, well, we can't shoot them down, we don't want to escalate, but then they're just surveilling it, I don't know. I mean, it's a tough situation to. Can you show any drone clips?
Motherfucker.
That's edited. That's like something from Star Wars, man. That's from Star Wars.
Motherfucker.
There are hundreds. There's hundreds in a single county. Jesus. I care about these drones as much as that you care about the spy balloon. Well, the spy balloon is more of like a. It's I think it's more innocent than like a drone swarm. They almost look like little planets. There's no way this is our government doing a test. They always test their new tech whenever there's a war like the Middle East or Ukraine. I believe it's our government doing something else or a foreign government. I mean, I think isn't it? It's got to be inexplicable to think that a foreign government would be able to do this in New Jersey. The drones are probably not coming from out, but from within by our enemy who came from the border. What do you mean? I mean that could be taken a few different ways. I mean, I don't think,
one job as a man and a husband and a father. Security is your number one job as the FBI director, the president. The current president is Biden. VP Kamala, that's your job to protect me, you, us, our families. You're not doing it. What the hell are you waiting for? It's a basic phone call. 2 hours, call every head of state. What the fuck is going on here? Is this you? Because I'm shooting this shit down. And I swear to God, if I find out it's you, it's over. Do you understand me? You think I'm playing with you? We're not. What do you want to do? It's ours. Take the shit down right now. Out. And whatever you have.
But it never should have entered. It never should have even went to. Can't they detect it over the Atlantic?
Give me every single file. And if you don't, public scrutiny and 200, 300% of tariff coming your way and sanctions on your country for 1 year. I swear to God, the fear of death is coming your way. Closest thing to it. This is like...
Unless they're American.
Anyways, let's go to the next story. Freaking very annoying to me.
But I mean, that's pretty typical from Biden to like from this administration to not do anything. This video was fake and originally posted by an account that digitally alters videos. So a lot of these might be fake, honestly.
No one knows what these are, and I think it's a slap in the face to the American people to say they don't know what this is. They can track down a guy that just killed a CEO, but they can't identify what nightly drones are and where they're coming from. I think that is absolutely disgusting to lie to the American people like this, and the truth needs to be told.
Well, this is the same thing with the spy balloon. It's the exact same thing where they're just not transparent about it. Remember, people had to be meticulous. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, dude, you look to me for news. We've had crazy events this year. Well, my thoughts are, my analysis is, it would surprise me if it was foreign, because listen, with this administration, with what happened with the spy balloon, it's possible it's foreign, and maybe they're like telling them to take the swarm back, and they don't, and then they shoot it down, but now they can't shoot it down because it's over civilian area. It's hard to think that it's foreign, like they'd be able to just do this, a foreign country. And if it's a foreign country, I mean, I would say probably China. Although I don't know, over New Jersey, maybe Russia. Depends where they launch them from or fly them from. What is your opinion on Patrick Bet-David? I mean, I don't really have a negative opinion on PBD personally. He's got a pretty big podcast now. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of neutral on a lot of these Republican people, you know. I mean, I think he was right with that take. I mean, that's what it's just such another botched thing by the administration, but I'm almost so used to it. It's like, you know, you're not used to leadership anymore with how bad. Well, there is no leadership with Biden. It's just not, it's not in the cards. He's too incapacitated. Rogue military. Imagine if it is. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked, Robert. Rogue military contractor. Drug trafficking drones, Chinese spy drones, Russian spy drones, deep state drones. Yeah, probably one of those. Do you think that the urban Hispanic trend to the right will outgain the white suburban shift to the left? Well, the question is, can Republicans keep that shift with the Hispanics? Because we know now the liberal target in 2028 is going to be flipping those Hispanic people back. And I mean, it was a close election. The thing with the shifts is we mainly saw it in like Texas and Florida and the bigger margins. They didn't really shift a ton in the swing states. The swing states were still very close. The white suburban shift to the left, it's mind-boggling, man. Well, maybe it's not. I mean, it's like elite upper middle class, I guess, that are in the suburbs now. Guess it depends what you classify as like a suburb, because some suburbs are not. It can be, I guess, lower middle. I don't know, but it can be just like normal middle class suburbs. It's not like only rich people live in suburbs. Where's the mothership? Yeah, I think a lot of these videos are fake. Like that's. I mean, I guess if there's not a community note, it's possibly real. But I mean, there are people are reporting them on the ground. They're saying there's like 100 in their county alone. $1 trillion military budget for this. Yeah, I mean, this is the spy balloon again. It's the same exact thing. There's no transparency. They wait 3 days and then they either shoot it down or they tell people. I mean, it's like That plane kind of surprised me, like the perspective of how close that plane took off. Oh, the airport this time of year, man. I traveled one time around Thanksgiving. The airport is just, man, the airplanes are just, I don't know if I can do airplanes are tough. You all just get packed in to a tube. Yeah, that's what someone told me. They're like, you're packed into a tube. And I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I've probably gone on a decent amount of flights. Recently, no flights, though. The last time I went on a plane was probably like 3 years ago. But we used to go on vacations and we'd fly, and I don't know how much, is first class really all that expensive? I don't know. But first class isn't even that good when you think about it. Like public travel first class, I guess it's fine, but it's like barely an upgrade. No, it is an upgrade. More space is important, especially like if you're on a 7-hour flight. Fuck that. I try and get first class. You streaming the inauguration all 8 hours, bro? I didn't even know it was 8 hours. I can't be streaming 8 hours, man. I'm not gonna be streaming 8 hours. I'll tell you that much. But I mean, when Trump speaks, I mean, I'm sure we'll know when he speaks and he gets sworn in. Maybe like 3-4 hours, something like that. Drones have very short range. Where are they landing and refueling? The mother. The mothership is refueling them. Yeah, they can refuel midair, but I think do they need a mothership, or they need like a jet to refuel or some shit, or they have to go to a charging station or something? Yeah, these are airplanes, folks. What are we doing? They're now we're just looking at airplanes. What is this picture of Vance? What is this, like a thirst trap? We got a grown-ass man tweeting out a JD Vance thirst trap. Like, what? Those are planes. But, I mean, no, people are reporting drones. There's a lot of drones. Trump has a house in Bedminster, New Jersey, and they're starting the deportation efforts in Chicago. It's going to happen. All the illegals go bye-bye. Yeah, I saw the reports of them starting in Chicago. All the the criminals. I saw the thing that Homan said. I don't think people realize these drones are car-sized. Yeah, no, they're definitely bigger. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to see them. Can you go to the latest? Yeah, but then it's just going to be a bunch of people tweeting. It's a drone. It's a swarm. Remember the swarm in Black Ops 2? Those were rolly balls, though. That's an airplane, sir. I just saw someone in New Jersey. They've seen 18 tonight. 18 different drones. I'm not going to TikTok. I mean, these are just planes. I don't know. Like... Wish someone would fly a private drone up and take a look. Well, then I think then the drones invading us would be hostile and they would shoot it down. Imagine if they shot it down. Are these surveillance drones? Remember from Interstellar? What did they say? It's an Indian surveillance drone. Yeah, there was a pretty big drone in Interstellar. That was a large drone that crashed. You've counted 10. Are you in New York or New Jersey? Are these drones or planes? I think many of these are I mean, that's a plane. Many of these things that these people are recording are planes and they think they're drones. I mean, is that not a plane? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm watching really bad UFO tapes. Yeah, and a lot of these are edited too. They were community owning some of them as well as fakes. I mean, people are just engagement farming. They'll edit something, and I mean, you can make money off of it. Have any political figures said anything? I mean, I saw people like representatives say, "Oh, the government needs to tell us what these are," and this is, and then well, didn't a lady do a briefing at the White House and she confirmed that they weren't from Iran? But I don't know. I don't know if she confirmed they were not foreign. I don't think she. They should have asked her, are they foreign or not? There's a military base in Jersey that reported 11 sightings in their restricted airspace. Why is it illegal to shoot a drone down on your own property? Yeah, did you see that video of the dude in Florida who shot down a delivery drone? There was a delivery drone hovering over his house. He shot it, and I don't know. He got charged with a felony or something. Maybe it got lowered. If a drone comes, I mean, they're gonna have these delivery drones going all over the place. They've already got it set up with Amazon, and it's gonna save them a lot of money because you just have the drones deliver the whole time. Certain packages, the smaller packages, you'll have the drones deliver it. But I mean, how does the drone drop it perfectly? The drone just kind of throws it in a general direction, like in the backyard. That's what they've been doing now. Where they have Amazon deliver with the drone, and it'll drop it just somewhere in the backyard. And there's videos of them doing it. It's in select states right now, but we've got an Amazon warehouse like 40 minutes from my house. You know, Amazon got pretty crazy. It doesn't happen anymore, but when Amazon was going really try hard, you could order something at like 9 a.m. and if you've got Prime. I mean, who doesn't have Prime? It gets to your door at like 11 a.m. It's like 2 hours. I'm not even kidding. They go try hard on it. They go real try hard. They don't go as try hard anymore. But now they got like, you know, during the holiday season, they got these kids like delivering out of their own cars. They're like, we don't have any delivery trucks. Just little Tommy. Here's your $5 for the day. Here's a sippy cup. Here's your little hat. Go, just use your own car. We're not giving you any gas money. Fuck off. Deliver for Daddy Bezos. Deliver. And these people have to go out and deliver. It's just no, but Amazon I think pays like $20. They have to because their warehouse jobs are terrible. There's no social interaction with their jobs, and it's just sorting. You see in the videos, they just sort. So Amazon is still trying the drones. Yeah, they're doing drones now. They're trying to have drones replace people when it comes to this lighter stuff so the drones can handle it. But the drones will get damaged. I mean, the drones cost a lot of money. They'll get damaged. They'll get shot down. The drones have been hit by other birds and stuff, and they'll hit birds and they'll get knocked down. And it's, I mean, but for them, it's a good investment because you don't have to pay people. And more often than not, the drones are going to make the proper deliveries. But they can only do it with a certain number of items because the drones can't hold that much. But there are so many packagers that are very small to where they can do it. I find the drone isn't much more efficient than the delivery truck. Well, you don't have to pay. Well, for the businesses, they don't have to pay. They don't have to pay. They just have to pay up front for the drone and the operation costs. But you don't have to pay, you know, versus a delivery truck and a driver. And now with Amazon, they're forced to pay like $20 because no one will work for them. Because it's, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard the stories about Amazon where, you know, the people have to start pissing in cups. They have to start shitting in cups. Because if you miss it, they're just going to fire you. But I don't know if they do that anymore because they used to do that. And they were like, all right, maybe we don't go this hard on these people because it's bad publicity. But like you don't meet a quota, they'll load your truck up. If you don't meet a quota, it's bad news for over in Amazon. But I don't know if they can really do that anymore because what kind of leverage do they have? Nobody wants to work there. Nobody wants to work in general. So it's like they kind of just have to accept whoever works for them. Any day video of drones. Well, no, you have to understand the thing about drones. They're not nocturnal. The drones are like bats. You gotta wait for nighttime. But yeah, you'd think there'd be. I mean, most of these are planes, and they like because they're like, well, they light up at night, so you can see them. And then the drones. I wonder if they got high-tech drones where they can hide behind clouds and stuff. Just go above clouds. And under 35 pounds, I thought I read somewhere. I'm surprised they could even do 35 pounds. That's pretty impressive they can do 35 pounds. Maybe the higher level drones can do 35 pounds. That's seen. You need a drone to deliver you a drone. Yeah, well, it's like a drone. No. The drone goes to the warehouse and it picks up another drone and then it delivers you the drone that you bought and then you use the drone to go back to the warehouse. The drones will spy on your delivery. Well, the drones they've always got a webcam on, obviously. Is Mark Zuckerberg becoming more based? I mean, Zuckerberg's a well-known closeted libertarian. But listen, Zuckerberg already lost all of his goodwill with me when you donate and you rig an election like you did in 2020 and you manipulate an election. I mean, that was bad. Come on. Would Vance AOC be an automatic win or too confusing? It's just too early, I would say. I mean, I don't think AOC is going to be the nominee. She's too young and way too radical. I mean, there are like more very socialist, kind of semi-communist factions within the Democratic Party, but they're all very young people and they normally grow out of it. Young people tend to be communists because they have nothing, and then when they get something, they're like, wait, I don't really like this anymore. I don't really support this ideology anymore. But that's another thing. But no, with AOC, I just can't see them picking AOC because they rig it every time. I mean, the Democratic establishment picks the candidate. But yes, Zuckerberg is a well-known Democrat. But yeah, that's why I said I don't care about Zuckerberg. I'm not gonna start sucking Zuckerberg's dick after he comes out and donates $1 million. He donated 400 million in Zuck bucks to the Democrats, and the entire 20 election was based around the story being suppressed. And so it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. There's so many people doing that now. It feels like where they come out as more Republican. I guess when you see like the country go more Republican, it allows people to come out as there's so freaking much going on in history right now. Why does the 2024 season pass not come with a warning? Should I read the contract before 2025? Well, hopefully 2025 is I mean, dude, honestly, a lot of the reason why it feels like so much is going on is because we're more connected than we ever have been. So every story we hear about, even back in 2016, 2017, a lot of, it was just less. It keeps getting optimized, the internet and every story and the incentivizing clicks and everything like that. So you constantly get bombarded with interesting information. But no, I agree. This year's been especially crazy. Drones can be used as kamikaze nukes. No, I think they cost too much money to do that unless it's like Japan in 1945 where it doesn't really you're at the way end and you have nothing left to lose. You wouldn't want to kamikaze drones, they cost too much. What was the day for you at school and after 2016 when Trump won? Dude, I was so tired. I had to go to school the next day. I remember that. I was so tired. I remember being at school. Yep. But even back, I feel like now, dude, it would be such a different experience. Like the kids in high school probably, because it feels like everyone's so much more into politics now. I mean, 2016, yeah, people were into it. We had a liberal arts teacher that, well, it is kind of funny, liberal arts, but she was pissed off. She went to the Women's March. She was so angry, dude. We had a one class period. It was a liberal arts where it was a Republican big boy dude. He was a pretty good dude in terms of arguments. And he was arguing with the liberal teacher for the entire class. It was the most awkward thing ever. And I forget the exact argument, but it was your typical, it might have been about feminism. And the only thing that stopped their argument was the bell. It was so, like, the bell rung, and then that's when we were able to leave. It wasn't like they stopped the argument and then tried to continue with the lesson. It's like, oh my goodness. And then I was like, man, you record that, put that on YouTube, it would have gotten some good views, man. But that was before I even had a YouTube channel. But I wouldn't have put anything on. But I remember that teacher, she's like, because some girl was recording it for Snapchat or some shit, and she made her delete it. It's pretty funny. What's up with YouTube removing new to you tab? I have no clue. I never update my apps. Because I just don't like the updates. Unfortunately, I had to update my YouTube Studio, and it's a horrible update. I hate looking at the analytics now because it's like, I don't know. I wish they would go back to the old version, but it forced me to update, and it just looks like shit every time. The updates are just not good. But I normally never update. I think I have like 100 things I have to update right now, but I just don't do it. I don't see the point in updating. A lot of times the updates are not good. You wore a MAGA hat at school in 2016 and got yelled at by 3 liberal students and said cry about it. Yeah, I remember some kid. Yeah. Give us one more video on MLB ballparks and their expansive upper decks. I don't know, man. I've done so many videos on that. I wouldn't even know. I was gonna do a video like the 10 worst stadiums in the United States because I never specifically did a video involving all the major sports. It was always just like focused on one sport. I was gonna maybe do a video on that, but I don't know. Oh yeah, did you guys see the thing about Brett Cooper? That was pretty fucking weird. Was that not weird? So the rumors come out that Brett Cooper is like being forced out of the Daily Wire. There was rumors that she didn't agree with the Candace Owens firing. And I mean, she's got like 4 million subscribers. Every video gets like 500K views. So on the Friday, every Friday an episode comes out, her friend starts filling in for her. And she's like, oh, but they're trying to slow roll the friend to take over for Brett Cooper because there was a dispute going on with Cooper and the company. And then Brett Cooper, I think on Monday or Tuesday, releases a final video where she's like, normally like she was like angry and sad at the same time. I don't think they had a good. I think there was something that happened with the Daily Wire and them. I mean, it's just a weird video. She's like, it wasn't like oh, we've had such a good time, I had gained so many subscribers. It was like it was like a very serious like I'm leaving and like an angry almost. Eastern Michigan has the worst stadium. Well, do they have the gray turf? I mean, that's terrible. If they're the ones with the gray turf. It's a lot. It's because Brett Cooper's a lot more anti-establishment, and the Daily Wire is kind of establishment. Yeah, I mean, there could be other things too. I mean, but yeah, the Daily Wire seems to be very straight and narrow. Obviously, extremely pro-Israel. That goes without saying with Shapiro. Cooper criticized Israel. Did she? I never saw her criticize Israel. Did she? Where did your interest in sports venues begin? It's so niche. I really like those though. That's how I got turned on your show. Well, originally I used to have like when I was younger a book of all MLB stadiums, like all the old cookie cutters and like pretty much all of them, like literally every MLB stadium. There's only been like at the time there was like 100 or something or so. So that kind of got me interested. But a lot of the times it's like the renderings because with stadiums and projects they'll constantly release renderings and they never end up happening. I always thought that was kind of cool, like renderings for projects that don't end up happening. It's just kind of like an interesting thing to me. What is the point of these partner networks like Daily Wire? Yeah, I mean it's just a conservative. It's just like I mean I would say it's the main conservative network, Daily Wire, for, like on internet network. I mean mainstream Daily Wire, whatever Charlie Kirk does. You tagged me on Twitter. I don't even think I'm logged on to my Twitter on here. God damn it. I mean, I'll take a look at it on this computer really quickly. Kentucky politics is did you send me this video here? I mean, some of these look like planes, man. It's hard to really decipher because I thought they were going to be lower in terms of where the altitude of them. Remember the whole thing they had with Crowder? Yeah, that's another one. They had with Owens, Crowder, Brett Cooper. The list goes on and on with them and these conservative influencers or whatever you want. I never, calling a grown up an influencer, I just get a weird, it's just like, it's not a weird thing. I don't know. You call a grown up an influencer. I don't really vibe with that. I don't know. The Blaze. Oh, is that like a Daily Wire branch off show? And now the Commanders are bringing back the old mascot, but I don't think they're calling themselves the 49ers, which I think is so dumb. I mean, come on. If you're going to bring back the logo, you're going to make a video on the Luigi situation. I don't think, I mean, it doesn't interest me enough to where, and to be honest, I don't have a very popular opinion when it comes to the general public on that situation. I would rather not get into internet fights about something like that because it's just like, but I mean, honestly, it doesn't even, like I understand why people, I understand why people are mad at healthcare and everything like that. It's not good, but I don't know. The dude seems like just like a twat. And now it's like everyone pays attention to him because he killed someone. It's like, well, now he gets his attention. But I don't know. It's like the dude was a spoiled kid. It's like, I don't know. And now he's this martyr. Oh my God. But I mean, people are saying it's not him. He's being framed. I mean, that's always going to happen, nowadays. G Scott. Dude, if G Scott does a headbutt, you know what? I'll stream that game. Yeah, I'll be streaming that game. The last game I did stream games last year during the Bama Michigan game. The last Ohio State game I streamed was the Georgia game. I think that was the last playoff game they even had. That's pretty crazy to think about because that feels like a while ago. The last Ohio State game I streamed was when they faced Georgia. I had like 17,000, or maybe I had like 30,000 subscribers, I think. What is up with the drones? I mean, it's looking like nobody really knows what's going on with the drones. This is like the spy balloon, but it's a different level because the drones, they're more of a threat in terms of the military, and it looks like these are surveillance drones sent by a foreign country, but who knows? I mean, you'd think they would shoot them down, but I don't know. The story doesn't add up. Kid with an Ivy League grad, but keeps the murder weapon on him. Doesn't wear a mask. Not very smart. I know, dude. Like, ideally, wouldn't the proper thing to do? Like, I mean, I'd like to see people's opinions in chat. Could the kid hypothetically just leave the like? I mean, you'd have to have it set up in other countries, I guess, and that would probably prevent this from happening. But I mean, nobody really had an ID on him. Couldn't he have like a flight scheduled for like an hour later after the assassination and then just take a flight to London and then take a flight from there to, I don't fucking know, Moscow or something? I mean, didn't they take it took him a while to even know who the dude was. Like I thought he left the country, but originally they were acting like it was a trained assassin. Like this was a but I mean, I guess it's, when something goes that viral, you're going to end up catching them. He wanted to get caught. Yeah, he probably wanted the attention. You might be right. Ohio State would have won the Natty if the kicker didn't have the worst shank of all time. Yeah, but to be honest, it's you can't trust a kicker to make a 50-yard field goal. I would agree with you if it was like a 30-yarder. I mean, I really can't blame the kicker. Ohio State does have really shitty kickers. There's no doubt about it. But I don't know if I can blame the kicker for that. Look at the pics. It's not him. Yeah, I've seen the pics with the eyebrow difference. I mean, I don't know, like, because it does look like distinctly different eyebrows, to be honest. But I don't, maybe the one pic was just altered or something. The channels that ride other channels are so weird. What do you mean by that? Like simps for other channels? Ashton Genty won the Maxwell Award. 10% of those guys. Yeah, but he's not going to win the Heisman, man. It's just not going to happen. It'd be shocking just based off the odds right now. Thoughts on Belichick? I mean, the Belichick thing is kind of strange. He's really old. It's like he's going to be there for 2 years, and then he's going to allow his son to take over. The buyout is like there's an immediate. The buyout gets lowered like immediately too. It's just a really weird contract. It doesn't feel like it's going to last long at all. Very similar to Belichick's relationship. Browns need a new kicker. A lot of teams need a new kicker, man. They say Belichick's girlfriend is going to be a sorority. Yeah, it was funny. I mean, I saw that joke, and then someone was like, "No, she's too old." Well, the joke is, come on, it's just a joke. Travis Hunter. I mean, I don't really. Did he even have the best stats? You know. Yeah, Nick Nash had better stats and everything. Juan Soto. How did Juan Soto get fat in a month? I mean, I guess it's good for power. Our government is clueless. Well, I mean, our government has to know, you would think, but they're just not telling the public right now. There's a lack of transparency with this administration. That's a big problem. Do I watch MMA? No, I don't. Who is my Patriot of the Year? Uh, Alan Lickman. Possible explanation in Reddit was it could be a military contractor trying to show a vulnerability that we have in order to get more funding for drone defenses. I mean, that's a pretty abstract opinion. I like that. I do. You got to start thinking out of the box with this stuff because it doesn't add up. You know what? There's probably shit on Polymarket that you can bet on and take a look at this. A fed up contractor trying to show vulnerabilities in order to get more funding for drone defenses. I mean, who knows, man? Great straight. Sean, I appreciate it. 1776. Do some videos on World War II. I do have like a video I want to do. I did a few videos on World War II. I mean, I do love World War II. World War II was very fascinating, specifically Nazi Germany, Soviet Union, Barbarossa, Europe in general, World War II. I mean, even the Empire of Japan and how much airspace they controlled. How many little islands? They're like an island empire that they were. They had a lot of islands, man. And then they had like claimed airspace. Will Trump comment on the drone? There's no way there's a 28% chance. Doesn't this seem obvious that Trump's going to comment on the drone situation? Do more crypto videos? Dude, I mean, I'd like to do more crypto videos, but it's just like there's no niche for it with my channel and the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So it's real like, you know what, dude, I've been looking at all of those stock to meme coins. I'm in a few of those, like the Nasdaq 420. I'm in a few of those. I think those are pretty cool. I just like those because it's just like it's like a meme, a stock meme coin market, and they've got all of them in a line. People on Reddit, they have terrible opinions, but sometimes their theories make sense. Oh yeah, Reddit has some really good information. I understand, guys. Reddit is extremely liberal. There's no doubt about it, but it does have information that can be valuable, especially when it comes to extracting information on things that you need rather than looking them up. I mean, I never use Google anymore. I mean, but normally I would use an AI like ChatGPT or the Elon Musk thing because I have X, the premium X, because they're a lot more nuanced and they can actually give you answers rather than I mean, Google, I don't know what's going to happen to Google, but they're going to be phased out. Their search engine is just it's just beat in every way by a lot of other things nowadays. When you just it just makes no sense to Google something anymore. I mean, unless it's like a convenience thing to where you're trying to just get to a website if you actually need information. It just there's so I mean the thing that I used to do was just type in the question and then put Reddit at the end because then you get human responses immediately and the best responses are going to be upvoted, so you're going to get the best information there and you're actually going to get humans rather than like paragraphs of stuff. Do more dark MAGA coin videos. Yeah, I mean, I still have dark MAGA. I'm still wait. You have to wait, dude, because it's like I've done this where I've sold the coins and they end up going up. Ethereum, what do you think by the end of the year? I mean, Ethereum itself, Ethereum's going to do well eventually. But I mean, I wouldn't buy Ethereum. I mean, I have Ethereum because I need it for exchanging coins. Not as an investment though. Putting your life savings in Hawk Tuah coin. I wonder what happened to that. Is this it? Seriously? Oh my god! It's down to oh my god! It's down to $9 million. You know, this will end up becoming like a meme, an actual meme coin, because of just the whole Hawk Tuah girl and the rug pull. It's just bled out. It's just bleeding out through trading bots right now. Do you think Germany would have turned on Japan if Germany won World War II? Well, that means Japan. You're saying Japan would have. I mean, listen, with what Japan did, it was not. They were never going to win Germany. When you bring the United States, I mean, the United States was already in the war. They were giving money to lend and lease to the Soviet Union and Great Britain, but I can't even see. But if they somehow won and defeated the United States, would Germany turn on Japan? Not for the foreseeable future. Those were broken armies. I mean, when you fight that long, you need to rebuild, even if you win. Google, the search result is whatever someone paid for with Google. Yeah, you're right. No, like the first 5 responses are all ads. Yeah, that's another thing. Even if they weren't ads, it would be a miserable thing to use, but now that they're all ads, it's even worse with Google. Do I work out my glutes? That's yeah, I mean, you're supposed to work out your glutes once a week. I mean, women do it 5 times a week. I did legs once a week when I would work out. I do legs once a week. I think that's pretty standard to do legs once a week. I don't know. Where are your mods? I mean, I think my mods are here, but to be honest, the chat is it's pretty tame nowadays. We had some problems during the election with people coming in, mainly bots, but they don't seem to be in here. Praying for snow in Texas. We're so close right now. You're close to yeah, dude. We was like 11 degrees out right now, man. In where I live, it's like freezing. How did the Hawk Tua girl get a podcast? Because I mean, it's the internet. People knew her from talking about the blowjob and shit, and so that's what happened. Then she tried to parlay that into some media fame and becoming an influencer, I guess. Which Bitcoin ETF do you like? I don't buy ETFs. Juan, what's up, man? Liberals are gaslighting about Trump groceries prices. What are they saying? I mean, I think the liberals are like, oh, it's all the prices are gonna go up and stuff because of the tariffs. I think Kamala missed her bot payment. Yeah, I don't think they're being funded anymore. Well, listen. To be fair, they I don't think they can afford to fund anything. They're in debt. Cuban went on talk to it. Yeah, how did that age? Cuban going on there. That was dumb. Bitcoin ETF is stupid. I mean, Bitcoin itself, it has limited upside. I mean, it has okay upside, but thoughts on Belichick? I think it's going to be a very short term thing. I mean, with the portal and with how legendary Belichick is and with their resources, it'll be kind of an interesting thing to watch. But normally, it would be to me, it would be surprising if Belichick had like a 11-1 season with a bunch of transfer portal kids, because undoubtedly that's what that team's going to be, is transfer portal. They're gonna. I mean, it's Belichick. He's got clout. And in North Carolina's a decent spot. They're going to spend some money. And it's a decent good place to go. I mean, in the ACC, there's winnable games, but like I would see like an 8, maybe a 9-3 season from them. But the way Belichick's contract works, he's probably going to be out of there in 2 years. I mean, it's just like the buyout is so the buyout stipulation, and then like his son has to take over. I don't know if that actually went through, but like there's a clause to where his son takes over after he steps down. What is the male to female ratio on your channel? It actually got better during the election. It was like, I mean, dude, let's understand a few different things. You talk politics, you talk sports. It's gonna be a sausage party. We understand this. It's about 92-8, I think. Maybe like 87-13. 87-13. I don't know what it is now. It's probably 90-10. What part of Canada do we invade first? Do you invade the major cities? Well, you bomb them and then you invade them. Toronto, Quebec City. But I mean, it doesn't work. I mean, they could pick wherever they wanted. Their military is so much stronger, but that would never happen. What happens first? Belichick leaves North Carolina or his girlfriend leaves him. I mean, that relationship with his girlfriend, it's not going to last long, man. That's not going to, I mean, unless it's like it is a sugar daddy thing, I guess, but it's like, come on, man. You're not, I guess, I don't know. It's, even if you're an old dude and you got like a hot chick, it's got to be kind of like disgust. It's got to be just a weird thing. You know, that age difference, it's a bit much. I mean, let's be honest. Your Titanic vids are how you got 8%. Yeah, probably the Titanic vids are like 70% female, probably. Or I don't know about that, but some of them are probably pretty female. Most people on YouTube in general are men. Yeah, YouTube, Reddit is all men. Reddit's all dudes. YouTube is basically all dudes, or mostly dudes. With women, I think it's Discord is women. More women are on Discord and Instagram. She was the #1 podcaster. What, the Tua girl? No, she for like a day. Like, that's what happens when new people get podcasts and then they go to #1 and they're like, they passed Joe Rogan. Well, not really. It's because your first podcast, your first episode's always going to get the most views and then it's going to drop off. Rogan concurrently always gets the most. Like, people will pass Rogan for one episode and then they'll just immediately drop down. Do you think Trump's tariffs on imported goods will impact shelf prices at stores? Well, I think #1, I think a few of the tariffs are going to be resolved before they even happen, like with Mexico and China, because Trump understands the leverage there. And also there's going to be another renegotiation when it comes to that in 2026. I don't think that's really going to take into effect. It's more, again, of a leverage play. Now, when it comes to China, what we need, and we got a little bit of it from the Biden administration, is we need a long-term commitment on tariffs against China. And Biden kept it because it gives the United States leverage. But I don't think it's going to be anything crazy considering we've already had inflation. So even if it drives the price up slightly, we're not going to really feel anything. And the long term, it's going to help the United States because then the jobs come back to the U.S. and then eventually the prices will go back down. But that's why Elon Musk said there might be some short-term issues. But I think because we've had such a crazy inflationary period, we're really not going to feel much because it's already so ridiculous. Like, the prices really can't go much higher at this point. Because people have to understand, liberals always reference the 2% inflation, but it's meaningless. It was a 20% inflation rate under Biden. That's the whole, you know. And so is what we saw when it went to 9% and then when it went down to 7%. When it was that inflation rate, are the prices going to be worse than that? No way. Have you seen Mark Davis's girlfriend? I mean, I've seen his haircut. With that haircut, I mean, he's got like a supermodel with that haircut. Trump should say something about the drones. I know, that's why it's like he's gonna say something. Like, how is it a 24% chance? Oh, it's up to 37. Like, how's this a 22% chance? He's got to say something about the drones. I mean, it's actually good for him to say something because this is just more incompetence from Biden. You know what? There was a thing about TikTok. I don't know. I thought it was like a 50-50 chance. It's actually a 30% chance it gets banned. It's going up a little bit. Who knows? It's close. Trump won't save TikTok unless Elon buys it. Imagine Elon buying it. Yeah, Trump's opinion on TikTok is kind of an enigma to me. I don't really know what his opinion is because he originally pushed for a ban, and then he said, I thought I remember him saying, no, I don't want a ban now because it said, and someone else said it in the chat. They said it sets a terrible precedent, but I think we're talking about two different things. They're like, well, if you ban it, that's a free speech problem because then the government can just ban other things. But this is not based off of free speech. You're not silencing TikTok because of free speech. It's a security problem because it's spyware from China. So it'd be something different. But if you want to say that's a problem in terms of the president, it sets. Do you think Sanders or Ward are going to be busts? My Raiders need to draft the QB. Dude, if honestly, I would stay away from Sanders. That just seems like a headache to deal with. I mean, I guess Sanders is talented. You have to admit he's talented, but it's like I wouldn't want to deal with that headache. Ward, I mean, Ward is kind of like he's okay, I guess. To me, there's like no great quarterbacks in this draft. People thought Carson Beck, and then he had a terrible year, and Ewers has been underwhelming, and so I don't know how to feel about TikTok getting banned because yeah, it's bad for kids' attention span and development. But there's a lot of small businesses that rely on. I mean, dude, I don't know if that's a good business plan relying on TikTok for engagement and for publicity. That seems like a risky business plan. Small businesses rely fully on TikTok. Maybe online businesses. I don't. I mean, I have heard of like small businesses going viral and they get a bunch of sales, but I feel like that dies down after like one video. People using TikTok giving away their privacy to Chinese hackers. Yeah, but people don't care because they just say, well, if you're on the internet, you're already giving your privacy away anyways. It's all seen as the same thing. That's what they argue. Did you see the Las Vegas Strip went red? I think Nevada's red, dude. Nevada's like probably a 5-point win in 2028 for Vance, right? I don't know, but I mean, it was a 3-point win. It shifted pretty rapidly with Republicans finally breaking through. We can develop our own TikTok. I mean, they kind of have a version of TikTok YouTube Shorts. It's like the same thing. Maybe I gotta stop watching the YouTube Shorts. It's the same thing, and you just watch it. But you know what? I saw. Oh man, there's this good channel for like older videos. It's very interesting. Just all these shorts I was watching one night, like videos from the 60s, 70s advertising stuff is just, or like from the 40s, 50s too. Did Juan Soto get overpaid? Yeah, he did. Does Travis Hunter go first overall? Depends who drafts first. It's probably going to be a quarterback. It's too valuable of a position. Do you think Navy can beat Army? Yeah, I mean they can. Navy's still a solid team, but I think Army wins. But those games are always very close. Bills versus Lions, really fun matchup. Really, it's going to be hard for the Bills. The Bills have got to play better defense, man. Last week against the Rams is, I mean, the Lions I think win that game. YouTube Shorts is addicting. Yeah, it is. It's constant dopamine. But a lot of it's like I watch like little baby animals and stuff and stuff. So and then a lot of historical stuff. If we ban TikTok, then all there's going to be YouTube Shorts, but banning YouTube Shorts. Well, they're not going to be able to ban YouTube Shorts, I wouldn't think, unless they did like some crazy clause about kids' attention spans getting destroyed. But I'm not even sure you could do that. I mean, the banning of TikTok would be completely different than YouTube Shorts. The banning of TikTok is based off of the fact that it's Chinese owned. Hey, we talked about LeBron James. What happened to LeBron James? LeBron James is on a leave of absence right now. In the middle of a season. Dude, there's a fake AI photo of LeBron going around. Everyone keeps showing it within the Republican circles. They think it's real. It's kind of funny. I told you Mets were going to... I said Mets probably were going to get him as well. It just seemed like the Mets were going to get him. Seemed like he didn't want to go back to the Yankees. Alabama versus Michigan. I thought Alabama would get a better bowl than that at 9-3. Well, there was a log jam of SEC teams at 9-3. Bama got the short end. I mean, I think Ole Miss got a much better bowl than them. Who's Ole Miss facing? You think Pete will get confirmed? You know, there are odds on that. I think there's odds on all of them. Is it? Yeah, we'll look at the odds on all. I mean, Hegseth is up significantly. It doesn't mean he's definitely going to get confirmed, but he was at 12%. Now he's at basically 70%. I mean, it's a good sign. Tulsi's down to 61. They're probably going to go after Tulsi over Hegseth. They might be threatened by Tulsi. I don't know. You think Nick Saban would coach again if Ohio State fires Ryan Day? I mean, Saban coming to Ohio State would be like a disruption in the realm of college football. I mean, that's like... That would be shocking. That would be like Bill Belichick going to the Bills. Well, it'd be even crazier than that because college football, the coaches have so much more control. Yeah, I don't think Saban would go to Ohio State. Soto showed up fat to his press conference. I know I just said it like 30 minutes ago. It's funny hearing you read the comments. Your audience seems extremely young. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a younger person, so it's... I mean, my audience is... There's... it's like a mixture, I would say, mainly. Who do you think replaces Ryan Day? I know, dude, this is the dumb cult from Ohio State fans who love Ryan Day. Who are you going to get to replace him? What about Dillingham? No, I agree with you. It's going to be Dillingham. Dude, he's the next Dan Lanning. How can people not see this? Genty odds. Not good. It's moving to Hunter. It looks like even more. I mean, to be fair, there's like a slight chance for Genty, but no, guys, make sure you put your money on Dylan Raiola. That's not even a good return. Dylan Raiola. Sell Dylan Raiola. No, they don't even give you money for it. Sell Genty winning. $6,000. You win 77. Wait, that's 60K. Those odds don't even make sense. 60K to win $77? How? I don't even think those odds are right. Because there's a limit. There's a betting limit. That's why. $1,000 to win $22. What a ripoff this is, man. The fuck? MicroStrategy. The meme stock micro strategy. Peanut listed on Coinbase. Peanuts. Damn you, Peanut. Dude, you know what I should have done? I should have just, because I knew the Peanut trend. I mean, like, when you see a big story like Peanut, just go on Pump Fund and just wait. You cover the Biden pardons. Have there been new Biden pardons? I didn't see if there were today. Did he pardon Fauci? You know what? There was a thing with Biden where it was a question about it. 36. Yeah, he's going to, I think. Did you see Trump ringing the bell? Yeah, I saw that. Everyone was talking about it in the telegrams. I'm 30. Funny enough, you watched me about the stadiums, then found me during the election. Yeah, there was some overlap with the audience. What about the QB for Oregon? He doesn't have the stats, Gabriel. He just doesn't have the stats. What's your whole take on the whole nobody wanting to sit next to Trump thing at some Euro event? Well, let me just say this right here. I have no clue about that situation, but that's very good. We want that. We want those countries to understand that yeah, you shouldn't like Trump. You're not going to take advantage of America anymore. And this is the reality. And how many times do you hear these dumbass liberals say, well, none of these other countries like Trump? Yeah, no shit. When you're America first and you don't put other countries first, they're not going to like that. I mean, that's good. And it's not like Trump. You see, it'd be one thing to act like Trump's this hostile person who starts all these wars. He doesn't. He's just firm, and he puts the United States first, and these other countries, they want to be put first. With Democrats, they're put first, but now they're not going to be put first, so they're not happy. So they throw little hissy fits, and Democrats are like, see, nobody likes us. Trump's a laughing stock. So see how they do it? Fauci incoming. Well, these are the odds for the. Is there a Hunter Biden coin? It wouldn't do anything. Hunter Biden would not be really. You know, I'm looking at Barron Trump coins. I think there's going to be a good Barron coin. He pardoned wives. Oh, I saw the pedo that he apparently a pedo that he pardoned. I have to pronounce it like that. He pardoned wives who were defending against their abused husband. The drones are Santa Claus. Yeah, the drones are Santa getting a little lay of the land and to deliver some. Imagine if you told your kids it's actually Santa Claus's elves getting a lay of the land. Do you think the Guardians shop Class A? Yeah, they need to get rid of. I would trade Class A. His value is never going to be higher. He's a reliever. It's replaceable. I mean, and even someone like Class A, he was terrible in the playoffs. So it's like, what's the point? I mean, I would trade Class A if you could get like two legit everyday player. I mean, I don't think they would go for prospects, so it becomes kind of a weird trade if you go for everyday players. Because if a team's trying to, I mean, I think the Yankees probably want Class A, but the Yankees farm system I don't think is good enough to warrant. And I really wouldn't want many players on the Yankees, honestly, that they would ship to Cleveland. I mean, the Yankees do need bullpen help. I mean, but Class A would be traded. He's top of the line right now still, even after the bad playoffs. Did you see Tampa approved money for Trop roof renovation? No, I didn't see that. You're telling me for the first time. So that's going to be repaired, and then they'll play there for a few years, and then they'll either stay or leave. They'll probably I wonder how the roof is getting repaired. Are they at least replacing it with like a better translucent type, or is it the same shit that they put on, where it lets in no natural light? Can you do a meme coin live? What does that mean? Do a meme coin? Well, I mean, I can't even buy a meme coin because I don't have my wallet connected here. Bernie is on the Polymarket odds for Trump's cabinets. I was just looking at. Is there another market. Trump will say MOG in 2024. There's no way. There's no way Trump would say MOG in 2024. Will Trump create Bitcoin reserve in the first 100 days? Dude, it kind of sucks with the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin reserve is pretty amazing, I'm telling you, but it sucks he's buying at the top. Damn it. But, I mean, if you get in and buy right away, then maybe, you know. People should riot if he pardons Fauci. Did you see that? Oh, did you guys see Andrew Wilson? I was going to do a video on that, but you know, the thing is, like with my channel, what does my channel just develop into one of these brigades of like reacting to comments, and Andrew Wilson owned the libs. Like, I never wanted my channel to be that, but it, like, is that how you get views with this shit? Because at least before the election, I could just do polling updates and stuff, but now it's like you got to do Tucker Carlson owns the libs. Tucker Carlson destroyed Rachel Maddow. But Andrew Wilson had a pretty funny time on Piers Morgan. 1.7 million. It's gonna cost way more than 1.7 million, bro, to repair that. I thought it was gonna cost like 70 million. They said in estimates. Judge blocked the sale. Are you talking about InfoWars? So and so is done after the. Yeah. It's under who Trump will put in cabinet odds. The problem is there's so many Trump things that it's not all showing up in the search. Oh, DeSantis. DeSantis went ahead there. Yeah, it doesn't look. It looks like it's not going to be DeSantis. Yeah, you put Rachel Maddow in there, you'll get views for sure. Trump will say Mog. You mark my. Go bet on it then, dude. Go bet on it. It's like it'll be a Christmas miracle, dude. Imagine somebody bets like their entire net. Imagine somebody has a strategy. They're like, all right, my entire life's. Well, that's not even a. It's not even a good. Yeah, that's the problem because the market is so big. Yeah. You could bet like $600 win 11K. You just have to go up to Trump and say, please say Mog. But you're not going to get close enough to Trump to be able to do that. Just please say Mog for us. How did this go up to 60? Oh, probably because during the campaign he was probably going to say it. Dude, this is hilarious. And like, I'm not going to start ranting about this, but it's just funny. This is Mog coin. It's never been mentioned by Trump, and it's never going to be. And it's at, what is it at, 1 billion? And then you've got Dark MAGA, which gets mentioned 100 times and it can't even break 10 million. That's just funny. That's price. Yeah, that's pretty that's priced pretty accurately. That's hilarious. What an absolute joke. Who does Polymarket have winning the Natty? I would imagine Oregon. Oregon barely. All these teams are close. Was Kamala hot back in the day? Eh. I mean, you look at Kamala today, and you'd be like, that's someone that was probably really attractive. But then it's kind of like a letdown. You look back on it, honestly. Thoughts on the Talk Tua coin? Uh, and listen, anytime a coin has a pre-sale and a 15% tax on buys and sells, it's probably not going to end well. But I mean, that girl, I mean, it's just she. I think she got taken advantage of, obviously. But still, it's going to be her fault. She was the influencer that they used. Think Bregman will sign back with the Astros? I don't think so. I mean, do they have the money for that? It looks like they're going to trade Tucker, though. Yeah, it looks like the Yankees are trying to get Kyle Tucker. They need him bad. Texas at 19 is crazy. Yeah, I mean, what is Texas? It's just because Texas has good analytics. That's why. Let's talk about the UFOs, please. The drones, the planes, the Chinese. Well, I mean, they're Indian surveillance drones. What meme coins for 2026? You don't want to be holding any coins in 2026, man. That's a bear market. You want to sell everything by 20 like late 2025, or maybe it goes into early 2026. But maybe I'll release an ultimate top five, my top five meme coins. They expect the total repair to be 25 million. Yeah, they're probably going really cheap on the roof. They're going cheap on the roof, of course. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do with the renderings. AOC, the one Hispanic Republican, Ana Paula Luna, I think. I think that's who you're talking about. Yeah, there. V Chain, bro, that's an old coin. Come on, bro. How do you know 2026 is a bear market? 4-year cycle. But I mean, this beginning of 2026 might be an alt season. It depends, but probably I think it'll probably be bear. I think the alt season will happen late 2025. Do you know that U.S. Space Force has a base in Greenland? Well, listen, it's very important for the takeover. For the territorial expansion, it's needed. Oh, dude, with this comment, bro. Bryce. You got to be trolling me. Have you seen a picture of AOC with blonde hair? OMG. She is so incredibly sexy. Have you seen her dancing? She's like dancing with like water, like rain or water draped all over her. Do you think Arkansas will ever be competitive locally? Locally is a different story than nationally because things can change in states that are mainly heavily one side. So it's possible locally eventually, but Arkansas seems like such a Republican state, man. We need me on Joe Rogan. That would be I wonder what would happen if I went on Joe Rogan. If it would, because people always say, "Well, you blow up, you go on Joe Rogan." I don't know. I mean, I guess that's true. Elon needs to buy MSNBC, dude. If he buys MSNBC, there's a meme coin that would just it would go up. But you know what? I looked into it because I was like, well, if I buy this meme coin, and it even gets rumor like he's gonna buy it, but apparently they're not even selling it. It's just like a Comcast is splitting up the networks or something, and they're just rebranding or some shit. Like I don't even think they're selling it. It was just like a fake thing that Musk like joked about. But I mean, the thing with Musk is he constantly he'll say shit and then he'll do it just randomly. But I mean, I feel like it would take a long time to actually get a buy of or so it'd be too long anyways of a time frame to even for it to even justify a investment. Cam Rising is returning. It's his 38th college football season. Is he seriously? That can't be real. At this point, he might as well just be granted full. Cam Rising should be allowed to play until he damn retires. He should just be allowed to play for like 20 years in college at this point. He's a lifer. He needs to be grandfathered in as a lifer. Like they should have done that with JT Barrett. He'd still be Ohio State's quarterback. I believe in JT Barrett. How long to hold XRP? Come on, man, with XRP. These XRP people, man. XRP, huh? Oh, you disappoint me. You think Drake May is good? I mean, he's a young quarterback with not much surrounding him, so it's like he's shown flashes. Maybe similar to Justin Herbert. Anna Kasparian is hotter than AOC. I agree with that, honestly. I do. I mean, the AOC stuff, it's almost like AOC is a little bit overrated. Like we're never used to seeing a really smoking hot woman in politics, and then people kind of you get a little bit overexcited with it. I feel like I don't know. I mean, she's good looking AOC. Do you have any ENS? I don't have any of that, man. When should I start buying meme coins, and when should I sell them? Well, listen, come on, man. You want to buy them? It depends what coin you're talking about. I mean, I can't give you unsolicited advice on any coin. Preferably, you probably already should have bought, but there's still coins you can buy right now. But sell them late in 2025, I would say. Do you have any Sol meme coins? Yeah, I have a Baron Trump, a Solana meme coin, and Dark Maga on Solana. Actually, right now that's it. I mean, I would buy more, but I just don't have I don't have the capital. I like Ethereum better, even though Solana is easier to use. Hillary Clinton is hot, dude. There was a young Hillary Clinton photo, and uh, Reddit was like, "Oh my god, she was so hot." She's like 22 years old. I mean, it was like, Tulsi is pretty hot. Tulsi's good looking. Letitia James is hot. Remember the one video of her, the no cap on God guy, when he had her at the DNC? Do you think the drones should be shot down? Are they Russian operated? I mean, nobody really knows, honestly. Nobody know. This is the spot. They're probably are. They're probably Russian or Chinese. But I mean, what's the purpose if you're those countries to do anything to the United States? It's doesn't make a lot of sense. It might be a rogue contractor. I mean, maybe Reddit is right. It's honestly could be a rogue contractor who wants to basically prove that there's vulnerabilities within the drones and I mean, it's hard to really make sense of it. Jacob B, I appreciate it. Hillary back in the early 90s. Yeah, like 91, 92. Megan, definitely hot. Megan Kelly. Megan Kelly, a little bit too skinny for me, honestly. There's a happy medium. I mean, why so much volume on Penn State? It doesn't look that crazy abnormal. I mean, if it was like a million, I'd say, yeah, that's weird. 440. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I guess people think, maybe there's Penn State fans or people buying no. I mean, there could be people buying no. What is the share this dude has? Ohio State will win. Damn, how did this dude get Ohio State at 4 cents to win the playoff? Man, I would sell these if I were him. How did he get these teams so low? That doesn't even make any sense. I don't even think that's not even... AOC's face has gotten too fat. Well, people were saying she's pregnant. That's why. But I guess she's not. Remember, there was a bet on AOC being pregnant or not. Well, now it's down to 9%. Anything on the drones? The only thing I saw on the drones was it was Trump. What he mentioned them. Oh, there's more. Are the drones are they aliens? 2% chance. Are the drones from a foreign country? Only a 4% chance. Will the drones be shot down? 8% chance. Foreign country, 8% chance. Yeah, I mean, I guess they think. I mean, that seems like good value to me, but I don't know. Guarantee it's just some hobbyist playing with their toys. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. It's definitely not Iran. Should be 50-50 minimum. I mean, they said no. That's why, because the lady said no. Well, isn't Newsom's ex-wife dating or was dating Don Jr. and now they broke up or some shit? Isn't that the rumor? What Europeans are betting on college football, though? No Americans can bet. Well, with VPNs, probably. Newscom, yeah, there's Newscom. And now she's going to be ambassador of grace. Where did chat go off the rails? This seems like actually a really good conversation with chat. This is a good conversation. This is a good flow state. I think it's because I stream later. It's a little bit better. It's like, this is like some legit stuff we're talking about. This is some deep shit. Okay. We could talk about some deep shit on Rumble or some, but it would probably get bad. Can you do a recap on the drone stuff? No idea what's going on. Well, yeah, there's a few different working theories. It could be foreign drones that they don't want to shoot down now because they're over civilian areas. It could be drones from a rogue contractor within the United States trying to prove vulnerabilities to get more funding to drone programs. It could just be a drone swarm from the United States that went rogue. I mean, the problem with it being foreign, you would think they would get shot down immediately, or they would contact the country and say, why would a foreign country fly over other than to... I mean, remember with the Chinese thing, they ended up just saying, well, they wanted to flex their muscle or some shit. It's just like, I mean, there's really nothing to be gained from a foreign nation doing this. We know it, and it's like, well, to scout the area, but it's like, what? That doesn't even make sense. You know, with all the photos the aerial photos that are taken, it doesn't make sense. I don't think they're drones. Well, some of them are planes, and I mean, most of the ones that I saw were planes, and they're calling them drones. Why would foreign countries send so many drones to get exposed? Yeah, I think Reddit is probably right, honestly. Imagine if that ended up being right. It's domestic military testing, but why would they test in New Jersey? Why would they not test in like an open a fake city or some shit in like New Mexico? A testing ground. Thoughts on Dan Mullen hire for UNLV? Did Dan Mullen go to UNLV? Yeah, you're right, he did. That's a pretty good hire for UNLV. I don't like UNLV because of the fact that they play at an NFL stadium. It's like you got to get your own campus stadium. It'd be better for your team. Remember when Indiana beat Nebraska 59-7? Yeah, the big noon game. Maybe they want to see how population reacts. But come on, really? I mean, we all have phones. It's people are gonna be like, "Oh, what is this shit?" I mean, they've reacted exactly how I think anyone would expect. They're like, what is this shit?" Everyone get on social media. Tennessee beats Ohio State, putting on a defensive clinic, getting at least 7 sacks and 12 QB hurries. Day and Ohio State mutually part ways. You heard it here first. Yeah, I mean, I think if Ohio State lost, there would definitely be some talk about Day leaving, and it probably would be like a mutual thing. I mean, they'd have to, because his buyout is like 37 million right now, but I think Day would probably Day has just gotten destroyed by Ohio State fans, and he was already on the brink, and he was like, I have to win this game or else it's it. He's like, I can't do it anymore. If he keeps losing to Michigan, he just gets bullied by Ohio State fans, and he's got I think he wants to leave Ohio State because it's just not healthy. How involved do you think we should be in Israel? I'm not a fan of any involvement in the Middle East, as minimal as possible in the Middle East. Do you think Republicans have the first Latino president? I mean, a lot of people have been saying, well, because Democrats have tried 2 women, now Republicans are going to have the first woman president. So maybe, I mean, who would the first woman be other than Tulsi? Over under at 0.5. Chris Fowler, Captain Jack. Unfortunately, it's going to be under, dude. I don't even, dude, but Gus Johnson, Captain the hero? What about the hero? I mean, he was the hero. They ended up losing. You're calling a dude a hero that the game's tied at 10. I mean, you can wait till they win. The hero. Ryan Day looks so clueless all the time. Yeah, he's clueless. After the game, the fight breaks out. He's just like what happened? I'm sure people saw that. He's like, what happened? Rocky Top Tennessee. I think this is what'll probably happen. Honestly, Ohio State will beat Tennessee, and then people will be like, "Yay, they beat an SEC team," and then they'll lose to Oregon, and it really will be a wasted season. But then they'll be like, "Oh, but we beat Tennessee," so it's a good season. Really, that's a good season beating Tennessee. I mean, it's like, or they might just lose to Tennessee, and it's just totally hapless. What should the U.S. do with Syria? Leave it. I mean, no matter what you do, it's not going to be a positive ending. Is Minnesota or North Carolina? It's what's close but can never flip. Do you think we can flip it in 2028? Yeah, liberals do have that problem with North Carolina, where it's very close. I don't know about Minnesota flipping. It just seems unlikely, man. I still think Virginia is more likely than Minnesota for whatever reason. I mean, they're similar. Let Israel deal with Syria. There's just such little to gain from any interaction the United States has with the Middle East. Such little to gain. So much to lose. And it's like those countries are just waiting for a moment to where they can blame the United States for what you did. So it's like just leave them. I haven't heard someone I haven't heard someone called a twat in forever. Yeah, I forgot who I called a twat. Oh, it was the Luigi guy. That isn't that a good word for him though? That is a good word. I remember someone was asking me about that tonight, and I was trying to think of a good word because I was just like, he's just like annoying. He's just like, so he's a twat. The dude's a twat. It's a good word for him. Virginia Red, yeah, I mean it's possible. Intercepted. Jack Sawyer. Captain Jack. Dude, will he voice crack during that? The hero. Why don't we conquer them, the Middle East? Oh, God. Yeah, let's send all of our troops to, thousands of miles away and see how that works out. Fight that. I mean, it's. Other than Greenland, what's the second most reasonable region for the United States to acquire? I think purchasing Bermuda based on where it's located, it's probably pretty reasonable. I don't know. I mean, the UK probably wouldn't want to sell it. Do you play video games? I used to play video games. I used to play COD, uh, Madden. I used to play when I was younger, but Black Ops. I played World War II. I think the Sledgehammer game. People didn't like that game. I was good at that game. I had like a 1.5 KD. World War II is a solid Black Ops or Call of Duty game. It is. People underrated World War II. I mean, dude, in World War II and really in all the Call of Duties, they blur out the swastika. Like how can I take your campaign seriously, bro? I mean, come on. World at War's campaign was good though, but the campaigns they suck now. I don't even know if they do campaigns anymore. Disappointed in Oregon not shifting more red. Yeah, that was what that's a little bit overlooked because it doesn't really matter. It's like a niche thing that people in politics, like we were like interested in for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean I would have thought Oregon would be closer, honestly, than it was. I thought, I mean, with the margins that Trump won by, but it's all those, it's those three Pacific states. I mean, they're not shifting at all. Washington, Oregon, Cali. I mean, Cali shifted a little bit, but Washington and Oregon really didn't. Washington was still like a 20-point win. Don't like the way you pronounce twat. Well, I purposely pronounced it weird there. You should do a video reacting to all the crazy liberals who are Luigi fans. And maybe that would be pretty. I mean, I want to do a video reacting to their subreddit where they think the election's rigged, honestly. What does the UK gain from keeping Bermuda? They gain, you know, strategical important area in the Atlantic, I guess. But I mean, again, that's why I think the United. I mean, but Bermuda's such a small. It's a small island. I mean, would we really even want it? It's. I would focus all of our attention on Greenland. Greenland's an actual investment. Bermuda's just to. And strategically, I guess you want Bermuda because of how close it is to the United States. Traffic cone is better than twat. Yeah, traffic cone's a good one. Who do you think JD Vance will pick as his running mate? You think it's Josh Hawley? I think Hawley is kind of like a grown up version of a frat boy, if you know what I'm saying. He's just, you know, I think they would balance it better. I mean, Gabbard is the obvious pick. Honestly, it's just such an obvious. But I mean, maybe it won't be her. Maybe it will be Vivek or but even Vivek, it's not. It's like you're not balancing it well. Youngkin would be a pick, typical Vance pick. What's your thought on the Bermuda Triangle? I mean, it's there's a lot of harsh waters in the Bermuda Triangle. I guess I don't really. I mean, it's interesting. But when you're younger and you get told about this stuff, you think it's like, okay, if you go there, you're dead. And of course, that's not what it is at all. But do a Gus Johnson best calls reaction video. Fox will freaking copyright it. They copyright everything. Oregon could be a toss-up in 4 years. Doubtful. Can you say Mog? Yeah, but it doesn't matter if I say Mog. I was Mogging, dude. I bought Mog in freaking 9 months ago, and I sold it unfortunately. But I still made like a 10x off of it. But I could have had a lot more. But the thing is, I only invested like 2K into it anyways. Who do the Dems try and run in 2028? My guess is they're going to be like, these women, it's just enough with the women. I mean, let's be honest. That's what Democrats are going to say. They'll be like, move over. It's a white dude this time. And it'll be Jon Stewart. Now, I don't know if they would, the Dem establishment would allow that. Bermuda Triangle is just a Z series of complex winds that changes the wave movements in a way that will mess anything or anyone up in its path. Russia letting U.S. citizens know they aren't safe. Oh, you think it's a move by Russia, like a war move, like, oh, you know, going into negotiations? I mean, but that would be so bad by Biden to allow that to happen. To allow those drones to come. I mean, they might say, well, it's illegal to shoot them down. I mean, but what? Because they're surveillance drones. Let's be real. Who is going to lead the resistance post Biden? Whitmer, no. Booty Juice, no. Shapiro, no. Gavin Newsom is the last man standing. No, it's not going to be Newsom. He's too elite, liberal, Cali. They don't want that. Big dog. I'm in Little Rock. Air Force Base. Thank God Trump won. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. You think it's going to be Newscomb or Bashir? Yeah, I don't know. Bashir seems pretty weak as well. New Jersey is an immigrant hellhole. That's why it's going to be so hard. I mean, I don't know, man. It was pretty. It moved like 11 points in 4 years. That's it's going to be hard, no doubt. The last five are going to be hard. Last five, but because the liberals are going to spend money in New Jersey now, which is good because you want them to waste money there, but. Russia won't do that too far to fly. Yeah, I'm so used to the United States having having military bases everywhere. You forget other countries don't have that luxury. No way they run AOC. I don't think they would run AOC. The only thing I can think of maybe is a fringe VP pick. I can't see them running AOC. She's too young and too radical, and she would be seen as like this little girl against someone like Vance. It's she has to remake her image as this more like moderate lib, and she's already trying to, but it's not quick enough. She needs another 4 years. She's gonna make a huge stink probably in 2032 about being the nominee if Vance wins in 28. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. What's worse, Sharon Moore crying or come on? I mean, Sharon Moore was having a meltdown when he beat Penn State. You're talking about, yeah. Kamala's laughing. I mean, that's a signature move. Sharon Moore, you can't be crying like that, man. After a regular season game, come on. The Democrats need another white male to stay competitive. Yeah, that's what they've been saying. When Hispanics become legal, they leave conservative. Yeah, I mean, they are shifting more conservative. I don't know if that's true, though. The immigrants, I don't think that's true on the immigrants. Adam Kissinger, that clown, that little soy. Remember Morning Joe getting pulled off? Yeah, they pulled him off because they were afraid of what he was gonna. They were like, "You're gonna say something bad, and we're gonna get sued. We're not dealing with a lawsuit. We don't have the money. You're not getting good enough ratings." Good stream. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you for another stream. Just got here. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I did do a 2 hour stream or like 2 hours, 20 minutes, but I'll be straight seeing you guys.